And welcome everyone, welcome to Take on Mars by Bohemia Interactive Studios. This is a Europa update, it's also the very latest version. And what we're going to be doing here, we're going to be descending onto the surface of Mars at an area called Cydonia Mensae, which is infamous for hosting the site known as the Face of Mars, which is an outcrop of rock with a series of indentation at the top, which can sometimes, depend on the shadows are cast, can look like a face. Okay, so we're going to be exploring the area, see if we can find that face of Mars, but primarily going to be building a base for up to 8 people. So that's what we're going to be doing, that's the challenge for this series. Alright, so we're going to head down onto the surface of Cydonia Mensae. Also down there, we'll head out, take a look around, take some samples, atmospheric samples, soil and rock. Take a look at what we've had dropped in way of equipment in the 2 cargo pods, and then we'll begin work. Okay, so touchdown successful. Okay, let's depressurize. Or repressurize, I should say. Let's actually jump down there. There we go. Sometimes the highlights can be a little bit uncooperative. Pin down. That's better. Okay, depressurize your airlock. Okay, let's repressurize it. We'll hop down here. Heading to the habitat first. See, it's not pressurized. So we'll take a quick look outside. I've only got a flight suit on right now, but we should be okay. Can't go wandering off too far. Okay, so okay, so there they are. So we've got 2 cargo pods over there. Nice flat area as well over there as well. So yeah, the Cydonia Mensae is it's quite a flat area anyway. Okay. Let's head inside. We'll set the... I think the lab equipment's already set up. Yeah, so it's already set up on the lab table, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so this is where we get the analysis done of all the samples. No samples as of yet. Full tank, oxygen, hydrogen and water. So we shouldn't have any issues with supply. Well, we won't have issues with supply, it's not just yet. So we've got the bedrooms here. 2 bunks in each of the 3 rooms here. We have the shower unit. Oh, and the shower unit is good for if you take a shower, a good long shower, you can actually get rid of some of the radiation you soak up. And a throne room. Turn this light off. Don't need it just yet. Okay, we've got the 4 window boxes. Primarily used for, or at least only actually used for growing potatoes. Just pop the floodlights on. We shouldn't need them. Still quite early in the morning. 09:45 on Cydonia Mensae. So it's 9:45 in the morning. It's got a nice flat area, as we saw. I don't know where this face of Mars is. It's not very large. It's only a very small outcrop of rock. I shall have to consult some documentation. We'll definitely see if we can actually find it though. It'll be quite interesting to see if we can find it. Okay. Okay, so we've got the cupboards. Yeah, so we've got 9 space packed beefsteak, equal to 1 meal. Got 6 potato seed packs there. We should have some more. We've got 9 more steaks, 9 multivitamin jars. Up to 5 a day. 9 more and 6 more vitamins. Down here, water packs. We can't refill these as default. We can't do that from the tap. So you have to actually build a water dispenser. 9 more steaks and 6 more potato seeds. 9 more water packs. Another 9 water packs. Wow. We shouldn't need anything now. No, I didn't think we would. Okay. Oh, we'll set up any of the window boxes because it's not really... Don't think we need to do it just yet. And I don't think it's actually quite bright enough. Where is the sun? Yeah, looks like the weather's quite bad out there. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so we've got the airlock chamber, the second airlock chamber just for people or personnel. The other one was for cargo. That's why it's got the double doors on it. Pressurise the airlock. So we've got the flights that we've got one right now is not any use at all. 30 minutes worth of oxygen. Nowhere near long enough, and also it's not heavy enough to actually withstand even the lightest radiation. So we've got the medium suits here. They're a little bit better, but not fantastic. So we're going to be wearing a heavy suit. Now we do need a screwdriver once we head out. I think we're going to take some samples first, take the buggy around. So I think we'll do soil and rock samples. So I'll pop one of the rock drills and one of the sampling tools, soil sampling tools. It should fit there. Damn it, no it won't fit there. So I think about it, you don't have too many spaces, but you can fit it there to the medium one. Okay, right, let's head back out. Because you've got over 2 hours worth. This station, you stood still, you have longer. If you're moving around, or especially running and jumping, obviously you're going to get a lower amount of life support supplies than the 2 hours there. Okay, so we'll head out. We'll deploy the buggy underneath the habitat. We'll take some samples. Now, of course, the immediate areas where we're going to be deploying the first drilling and soil collector. So I think we'll do one right here. Okay. Just if you can be a little bit noisy, so apologies. module to the process there. Bit of a stupid thing to do. And we'll do a soil sample as well. Put that to there. Obviously an atmospheric sample you have to take, but obviously it's the same atmosphere regardless of where you are, so it shouldn't really change too much. Okay, it should be quite a. It is actually quite a large area you actually sample. So one drill sample, one soil sample. So I think we'll forego the buggy. Where's... Okay, so we're going to head south. So if we head south, until it actually registers another coordinate, another block. Okay, let's take another sample. So she seems to have to sort of keep resetting the map view as well. Oh, well into that section. Oh. Okay. So, soil sample first. Okay, so that's 2 soil samples. It's a bit awkward, this. And then a rock sample. Okay. So that's 2 soil and 2 rock samples. Okay, so heading south, so we'll head east. We'll get another, yeah, another one. That's all we've got room for, isn't it? We can't fit them in here. And this is taken up with the actual soil sampler. So unfortunately, we're going to have to head back. Okay, so we'll head straight back. And we'll analyse these on the lab table. Okay, so we'll start with the drill sample. Do each one. There's no reason to keep them. Just discard it. Another drill sample. Can examine it. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Okay, X29Y17. Like I said, there's no reason to keep them. And the first of 2 soil samples. Get rid of that. And the last soil sample. I keep right clicking on it for some reason. Discard. Okay, so that should be to resources. I mean, it's quite a large area. Take a sample from here, and it covers a huge area. So these, say up here to the north, was what we took just outside of the habitat, just off the walkway there. And we took from down here covers all this area. So that's huge. So that's Mars rock. $370 Mars rock and 1,362 Mars soil. Soil is something that you cannot get at the poles. So in my previous build attempt at the South Pole, I was crippled. I could not get any soil. Now, of course, in real life, we'll head out and get some more samples. But in real life, the frozen area of the Arctic, Antarctic and Arctic area, that's North and South Poles on Mars, is actually carbon dioxide and water. It's actually frozen water that they've found at the poles. Check dice status. Should be okay. Yeah, oh, easy. But unfortunately that's not simulated, so the frozen water and H2O, ice, dry ice and liquid ice, or liquid water ice, isn't actually simulated. Which I was hoping it was, so that crippled me for our previous attempt at building something. But we're not at the pools, we are on Cydonia Mensae, which is much easier, because we've got some soil. Okay, I'm going to head straight back out. I'm going to do the entire area. It'll take about... could take about an hour. But it's well worth doing this now. So I've got the area mapped, so I'm going to go and get the buggy. I'm going to go for a ride around here and map the area for resources. Atmospheric gas samples, you can do it anywhere, and that's not an issue. Okay. Okay, let's head out and deploy the buggy, which is located underneath the habitat. I can't tell which... No, it's the other side. I can never remember which side it's actually on. Yeah, there it is. And with a flick of the switch, it should be fully filled and... yeah, it should be fully filled. Okay. It's a little bit awkward trying to get into it the first time when it's up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's very handy, the buggy, but unfortunately with the map view, even with the latest version, as I've said it is, something I wanted to have them add would be waypoints, so you don't get lost. But we're going to head... We seem to have quite a fair bit of the map covered to the east, but not much in the way to the west, so we're going to head to about here. Take another sample about there, so we'll head directly west, if I can actually figure out... Well, we are facing west. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so we'll ride around, take the small samples, and then we shall analyse them, and then we'll start work. Actually, we need to check out the cargo pods as well, so we'll do that as well. Okay, the fresh grid coordinate just to the west. So we'll take a sample. Okay. An ideal situation, we could actually put something on the buggy itself, some of the equipment, but unfortunately it's not quite large enough. At least the actual compound for putting stuff in isn't. Carry some barrels, that's about it. And some very small pieces of equipment, but nothing as large as these two. So you can carry stuff in the back here. So there's the barrel holders. You've got 4 barrel holders and another space for putting whatever's in there. But obviously the drill and the sampler isn't going to fit in there. They won't fit in there. Okay, so we've got... Very awkward to do this each time. The map view seems to reset itself each time you leave it, which is very awkward. Okay, and head north to about here. X25Y21 next. Okay, it's almost there. We've got some nice terrain. I don't feel like we're going to be able to reach that. Certainly not with the buggy. We don't have the range. with a truck or the mobile lab, we might be able to. Okay, I think that's about it. I think we're there. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. Okay. Soil sample first, then drill. Okay. Yeah, it's rather awkward swapping these over. There. Okay, drill sample next, and then we'll head back to the habitat. Okay, so samples analysed. It's rather awkward doing this each time. Okay, I've no idea why they're lit up differently. No, we did do a Mars soil sample there as well. I know we did, because there was well, 2 lots from each area. Yeah, there we go. So 1066 Mars rock and 1366 soil. Okay. I don't know what. Oh, right, I see, of course. The brighter the area, the more resources. Seems to be okay for soil and everywhere, and it can make quite a few things from soil, including glass, silicon oxide. Directly, and you can directly extract that from Martian soil, so that's pretty good. I'm going to need a lot of glass for the first of our 3D printers. Okay, so I'll head back out, but we'll carry on with the episode once I've finished analysing a good portion of the area around. We'll analyse that, and then we'll carry on with the episode heading out to the cargo pods and seeing exactly what's in them. Okay, so samples of rock and soil collected and analysed for the immediate area. Not done any atmospheric samples just yet. That's fine, we can do those straight on the steps. Just outside the front door there, to be honest. So head over here and see what's being dropped for us. And first of all, we're going to be getting a small 3D printer. From that, we're going to create some medium 3D printer parts and build a medium 3D printer. I would say somewhere pretty flat, so about there. Fairly close by. We'll probably get, I'll be surprised if we get an RTG or 2, we'll probably get a couple of solar panels. Which means we need to get this done before the sunlight goes down. Oh, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. And some barrels and resources, some cable. Let's man this out of the way. Just pop it down here for now. Okay, so we've got, yeah, small 3D printer. A medium and large 3D printer control panel there. You don't need that for the small one, but you do need it for the larger ones, the modular ones. A solar panel. Some, what is this? Aluminium. I'm hoping there's some silicon oxide amongst that. I'm hoping there's quite a fair bit actually, so we don't need to do any drilling or soil. Well, oh dear. Or soil collecting to put a 3D printer together. Hope we can do that with a single. Yeah. What they've dropped with us basically. So what else do we have? So we've got some silicon oxide. Primarily used for glass, which the vast majority of the 3D printer will be made of glass. Okay. So we've got a solar panel. Can we get this out without upsetting on these barrels? Probably not. Yeah. Can we? No, let's not do that. Yes. So as soon as we get this in full sunlight, we actually start charging the two batteries either side of the plug sockets. So where is the sun? There's the sun. So put them so they're both facing the sun. Obviously it's not we're going to be sighting it, but just for now, I might be putting a little bit away. Damn it. Seems to be 50-50, so 266 watts, it's got nearly 4 watt hours already. Okay, so a 3D print, a small one. Cable rail, which obviously we need. Some balls with some resources. Hopefully we've got enough silicon oxide and other value resources in there to put a medium printer together. I'm hoping there's another solar panel in here, otherwise we're going to be pretty much stuck for electricity. It takes about 2 solar panels to keep the 3D, even the small 3D printers going. Oh, excellent. Okay, and the junction box. Okay, it's the usual stuff that you drop with then. So it's actually no different. So we've got a small soil gatherer, small refinery, a small drill, some more barrels, empty ones by looking at it, a junction, and another solar panel. Not too bad, but still going to have to work on gathering resources pretty early on. Look, like I said when we was analysing the first analysis of the soil you can actually get silicon oxide directly from, if memory serves me correctly. Pop that down there. Got the solar panel so it starts charging, and put it with the other one, just for now. Got the refiner there and the drill there. We might not need those just yet, so we'll leave those be. Okay, so I think first of all we'll deploy the solar panel over here. It's going to be driving the 3D printer as well as our medium 3D printer until we get an RTG at least. Should be over to the east. It's about there. It's northeast, isn't it? Okay, so I'll deploy all these out. Well, both solar panels, the 3D printer, and we'll start getting some medium printer parts up. Obviously need to deploy the cables as well to power something from the solar panel. Okay. Okay, so that's the solar panels connected to the junction. All we need to do now is get hold of the 3D printer, small 3D printer, bring it over here, deploy it, and then connect a cable to it. So I'll get the cable ready first. So these connect to the opposite colour. So on this side we have red. On the input we have green. Move this over here. So it's best to actually lay the cables out. Then it stops the physics engine from kicking in. don't think I've done a very good job over there, though, with the two cables that join the solar panels, but we can always move them around. It's not a big deal. So I'll stretch them out almost till they're stretched out fully. Okay, so next up is the 3D printer. We'll take a look at the 3D printer once it's been deployed and plugged in. See what resources we need to do the first of the parts of the 3D printer, the medium 3D printer, which will be silicon oxide, and I believe it's aluminium. Though I'm not quite certain, so we'll take a look once we've plugged it in. Okay. That's the printer deployed. So now we just plug it in. Okay. Okay, so machines and printers. That's small. We can't do anything other than the small parts, but we built this medium printer out of the small parts. The large parts are down here, which are way too big. 1.6 by 0.8. So what we need to do is build a printer of 2.5 by about 2.5, so it's about 2.5 meters squared. So what do we need? 3 aluminium and 20 silicon oxide, and that's 10 aluminium and 5 silicon oxide. So we need the base first, so that's 0.8. So we'll need about span about 3 of those or 4 of those. 0.8, 0.6. 4 will give us about 3 meters. So I think we'll do 4 by... no, we don't. We'll do 3 by 3. First one, see how big the base is then. Okay, first of all we need aluminium and silicon oxide from the cargo pod. We'll start doing the base parts. Okay, so rather lazily, I'll put the bells on the buggy. Rather walk, it's like 8 times, 4 times then, 4 times back. So I'll put silicon oxide in this side. And the other parts will need other resources such as iron, and maybe silicon as well. And of course the other derivatives are the sort of combination items, which are plastics, things like that. But right now we'll concentrate on just getting the 3D printer up and running first. Okay. That's rather annoying. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. It constantly coming down and then sort of opening the hatch and then closing again. Okay, so 3D printer base small. Okay, so do the first 3 of these, then we'll go and deploy them out. Where should we put it? I think there should be quite nice and flat. Not too close to habitat. No, should be fine. Okay, so we'll deploy it out there. We'll do 3 of them first. And we'll actually start fixing these parts down over there. Okay, so that's 6. It's got 6 more to go. And then we'll start on the edges. We'll probably need iron. Didn't actually check what we needed, but it will be iron. Additionally to aluminium. No silicon oxide from the right, or very little. Very little silicon oxide. Yeah, 7 silicon oxide. Oh, actually quite a fair bit. More than that. So it needs 5. That one needs 20. So the actual walls themselves. We need the edges next, so we need 15 iron for each one, 12 aluminium and 7 silicon oxide. So we need more silicon oxide than I actually thought. Okay. Alright, we'll carry on making 3 more of these. We need 2 more. Deploy that one out. Yeah, carry. Let's change that. So I've got the this one printed up, next one printed up after this. Deploy all three of them out there. Head back, get some iron barrels, bring them up using the buggy. It's a bit easier than doing the walking about, doing 4 trips or more. Okay, that shouldn't be too much longer, only a few minutes. Okay, so the last corner piece in. So I don't think we'll need to do the access ramp pieces. We need 3 of them anyway, but we'll leave those off just to save resources. So that's a chassis. That's a two twin barrel holders. A single 4 socket electrical point. We've only got, I believe, about 2 barrels of silicon oxide left, so we are going to need to set up the refiner. We'll figure out exactly what we need when it comes to whether we need rock or just soil for silicon oxide, because that's primarily what we're going to be using. Okay, so we need another iron barrel. So I'll put this one. So there's no reason for us to bring the 2 barrels of silicon. I only needed 1. I needed 10 units of it, and it's pavement just stuck there now, not doing anything. Okay, it's got 2 barrels of iron. Okay, so we'll finish the 3D print off as far as we can go before we need to set up the refiner, and whether it's a drill we need or the soil gatherer, we'll put one of those together. We'll take a look at the refinery if we need to, but I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of silicon oxide well before we do anything like as many of the glass tiles that we need to do the sides. So I think I'll do this first. But you know what? We'll do this. We'll do the sides first. How much each one takes 20. I've already seen that, so it's quite a substantial amount of silicon oxide. We've only got 2 more barrels of this, so we are definitely going to run out of it. But when we do, I'm going to refine it down here so we can plug the damn thing in. Obviously, it must be somewhere near here. We'll take a look exactly what we need. Whether it's rock or soil. It won't be atmosphere, that is for certain. Okay, so it's 16:46. It's about 4:45 in the afternoon. Looks like we're going to lose the sunlight before long. I've actually angled the. I've actually detached the solar panels, as you can see. I'm pointing them directly at the sun. Try and get a little bit more, but obviously in that position they're not locked down, so you can't actually clean them, which is a bit of a strange. So we've got the last piece of glass sheet. Just managed to get some silicon oxide together before I ran out of power. I just managed to print them up. It's got a little bit of power coming from the solar panels, but not a huge amount. So it takes about 60 seconds for them to charge, about 12, 14, 15 seconds worth of power to run the various equipment we've got to put down. But we've got nowhere near enough power to be able to use this printer. I've hardly used the rover. Sitting up, that's fine. Don't need to refuel it. Okay. So that is the end of day 2. So we finally just managed to get the medium print up and running. But unfortunately, ran out of daylight. Okay. So that is the end of day number 1. 31st of July 2031. So as soon as the sun comes up, we shall head back out and begin day number 2. But until then, that's the end of this first episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click like. As always, I always keep saying that. Don't forget to click subscribe if you do enjoy the content. If you leave a comment to ask a question. As always, you're more than welcome to do so, but we do have a moderator team, so it can take a while for me to actually get past any questions that you want answering. Okay, so once again, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode, episode number 2. I'm going to get the RTG printed up and the tank, and then start filling it with silicon oxide. Until then, as always, take care and bye-bye.